What's the longest you could live with roaches? A day? A week? A month? The person in today's story didn't have a choice. Listen carefully. We'll break down the most useful expressions after the story. Let's get started.
I found this apartment online because I was running out of options. The rent was lower than everything else I'd looked at, the location was decent, and the photos looked fine. I remember staring at the listing and thinking, okay, what's the catch? But after weeks of apartment hunting, I was tired. At some point, you stop looking for the perfect place and start looking for a place you could actually afford. So I signed the lease. Move-in day went smoothly. A few boxes, some furniture, takeout for dinner. So far, so good. Then around midnight, I walked into the kitchen and saw a roach run across the counter. A little later, I saw another one. By the end of the night, I'd seen enough to realize this wasn't some random bug that had wandered in from outside. I messaged the landlord. He claimed he'd never had that problem before. I didn't believe him, but believing him wasn't really the issue. The issue was that I'd already spent most of my savings moving in. Leaving wasn't an option, so I stayed. For the next few weeks, my life got weird. Every box of cereal went into a sealed container. Bread went into containers, cookies too. Basically, if food wasn't sealed, I didn't trust it. I bought traps, then more traps, then sprays, then stronger sprays. At one point, I had so many pest control products under the sink that it looked like I was running a small extermination business. Before bed, I'd do a quick inspection of the kitchen like a security guard finishing a shift. I checked the counters. I checked behind the microwave. I checked under the sink. Every night. After a while, I stopped thinking about how ridiculous it was. The routine just became part of my day. I'd come home from work and I'd think, did I buy milk? Then I'd think, did I take out the trash? Then I'd think, did I replace the traps? Like it belonged on the same list as everything else. A month later, things had improved. Not perfect, but better. One night I walked into the kitchen and it hit me. I hadn't seen a roach in almost a week. And I remember feeling ridiculously proud of that. Most people celebrate promotions or big accomplishments. I was celebrating the fact that I could make a sandwich without checking the room first. It's amazing how fast you can lower the bar when you have no choice.
So, how did you like the roaches? Not the best first night surprise, right? Okay. First, a quick mini test. Let's see how well you remember the words from the story. How do you describe a situation where you have no more of something left and need to get more? Run out of something. It means your supply is finished or completely used up. What do you call a legal agreement between a tenant and a landlord to rent an apartment for a specific period of time? Lease. What do you call a device used to catch unwanted insects or pests in a home? Trap. How do you describe something that is tightly closed so nothing can enter or escape, especially to keep food protected or fresh? Sealed. Great job on the quiz. Now let's move on to some other useful words and phrases from the story. We'll look at their meanings and see how they're used in context. Roach. A roach is a common household insect that often lives in warm, dark places such as kitchens and bathrooms. Example, he walked into the kitchen and saw a roach running across the counter. Note, roach is a shortened, informal form of the word cockroach. Listing. A listing is an advertisement that provides information about something being sold, rented, or offered. Example, I found the apartment through an online listing. What's the catch? Is a phrase people use when something seems unusually good and they suspect there may be a hidden problem. Example, the apartment was large, cheap, and in a great location. I immediately thought, what's the catch? So far, so good. So far, so good means that everything is going well up to the present moment. Example, I've only been at my new job for a week, but so far so good. Lower the bar. To lower the bar means to reduce your expectations or standards. Example, after looking at dozens of expensive apartments, I lowered the bar and focused on what I could actually afford. Pest. A pest is an unwanted insect or animal that causes problems in a home, garden, or building. Example, cockroaches, ants, and mice are common household pests. Extermination. Extermination is the process of getting rid of unwanted insects, rodents, or other pests, usually by killing them. Example, the landlord hired a company to perform an extermination after several tenants reported cockroaches. That's it for today. I hope your kitchen stays roach-free, your apartment stays pest-free, and you never have to lower the bar when looking for a place to live. See you in the next lesson.